Okay, let's get started. Hi, I'm Bill, and if this is the first time dropping into the channel, welcome, or maybe you're a return viewer, so welcome to you as well. It is the 11th of February. Super Bowl games going on right now, but I've decided to focus on some things that I wanted to get prepared for tonight. This is my second night at Alamo Lake Stae Park in Arizona. It's basically a very nice RV park. I have this site here. It's what's called Primitive. It's $15 a night. There's some porta potties over there behind the camera. And then down a little ways, there's some showers and stuff. But again, a typical site where you have RVers, and that means headlights. And then like last night, there was someone with a big old diesel pusher Class A motorhome that had all their outside lights on, things like that that you have to deal with when you go to an RV park. The other interesting thing is this is only a Bortle 4.5. So I was hoping that it would be a darker, and at one time it was scored as a Bortle 2, but that's not the case. But last night I had a couple issues with my Edge HD8. I have what looks like double stars. I replaced the fan in my ASI 533mm Pro, thinking that maybe the fan was causing some vibration. Interesting thing though is when I really defocus on some stars, my collimation looks really good. So I don't think that's an issue. I had this issue last month when I was out here around the 16th of January, and prior to that, my December trip, everything was perfect on my Edge HD8. So something has changed. I don't know what it is yet, but again, it looks like they're elongated horizontally, almost like there's two stars there. So what I've done is I've taken some shims out, about 1 millimeter, so I'm intentionally changing the back focus on my Edge HD8 and see if that changes the state, if anything. So a little bit of a mystery to me right now. But I am making some progress. I do have on my Redcat 51 Gen 2, I have my WandererAstro Mini V2 rotator working. There's a couple things I have to learn. There's a sky position indicator in N.I.N.A. I need to understand that. And also make sure I do the right things with the framing wizard to let N.I.N.A know the current orientation of the camera. So that's working out pretty good. I use Target Scheduler. So there were some changes that Tom Palmer made, and now where I had triggers outside of the Target Scheduler container, now I need to put those inside, so I did that last night. That looks okay, but I'm chasing a little bit of a problem with my cabling. You know, the Eagle, PrimaLuce Lab Eagle 5S, it's really nice in how you can manage your cables so they're not hanging down and everything. Right now with what I got going on with Pegasus Astro Pocket Power Box Advance and then a mini computer, my cabling is a little bit of a mess. So at sometimes I would get an error that the N.I.N.A could not download the image from the camera last night. So I reworked the cabling today, rotated the mount back and forth to make sure it's not going to bind on any of the cables and that. So we'll see what happens tonight. But all in all, I'm glad I came out here as the sun goes down. It's chilly. I think it got down to about 37 last night. But I was able to keep the heat on in the van and stay nice and warm. I do have a reservation for this site for March, but I think given that it's a Bortle 4.5, not worth it for me to go the additional 3.5 hours beyond where Lander's Goat Mountain Astronomical Research Station is located. That's a Bortle 4. So I can't see coming this far anymore, so I'm going to cancel that reservation. I really need to get out to Death Valley where it's really dark, and as the weather warms up, I'll be able to image from Blue Canyon Airport up in the Sierras. That's a Bortle 3, and I'm going to take another trip over the summer out to Gerlach, Nevada, the area where they hold Burning Man. Maybe I won't set up on the playa, but there's some area around there which would not be as dusty. I'm pretty sure that's a pretty dark area up there based upon the visit I did a year or so ago up there. And on that trip, when I was out there, I decided not to image, to take my optics out into that dusty environment. So, you know, I'm going to continue to seek out some darker skies. Again, there's the Golden State Star Party, I believe end of May, June, somewhere in there. That was a Bortle 1 last time I was up there, so that was 2 years ago, so I'm hoping this year it's still that dark up there. But you know, you got to put a little effort in if you're a traveler to try to seek out these spots and find out you know, where you can find dark skies. This one, it's a very nice park. People here are very nice. The facilities are good. The pavement and everything where you can park your RV is fantastic, pretty level and everything, but it may not, it's not a site for me to image from in the future, but I had to get out here to find that out, and that's part of being a traveler. All right, so what I'm hoping to do tonight is not have any issues with downloads from my camera. I think I've changed my cabling around on my Red Cat 51. That's going to be my primary focus at the start of the evening to get that going. I did resolve, I'm within a good range of back focus now on my Red Cat 51, where I'm not bumping up at the end of the focus range on the helical focuser. So last night I had some really nice autofocus runs, so that's all looking good. And I'll also work a little bit more tonight to understand what's going on between the Rotator and N.I.N.A. So there was a point last night where things were, where the Rotator was seeking in one direction and seeking back in another direction. So these are just things I'm going to have to learn. I had an expectation I'd have to learn. Anytime you make changes to your gear, I think you should have an expectation that you're on the learning curve again, and you're just going to have to sort those things out. But really, I have no excuse for the cabling. I need to do better, and I will do better. I need a different solution than what I currently have now. I don't know if it's going to be another Eagle or what, but that'll be decisions I make down the road. All right, well, hopefully you're out imaging and you have some good weather. Other than that, signing off from Alamo Lake Stae Park in Arizona. See you next time.